Hello friends and welcome to this video. So in the earlier video, we learned about the derivation of this equation of motion, this first one v equal to u plus at. So now we will learn about the derivation of this particular equation of motion, the second one, which is s equal to ut plus half at square. Okay. So again, what is s here? S here is the distance that this object has covered at time t when it was moving with an acceleration of a, okay, u being the initial velocity of the object. So how we can derive it? We can derive it from the concept of the same graph here, okay. So OP is the initial velocity, RQ is the final velocity, initial velocity value is u, the final velocity value is v. So the object has traveled for a time of t, and the acceleration is uniform throughout its motion, and so how much distance it has covered s. Okay, so we have to derive this particular equation of motion. Okay, so how we can do it? Okay, before we go to the derivation, so just I want to explain one thing. I want to mention one thing. So how we can calculate the distance that has been covered by the object. So in order to calculate the distance covered by the object, we have to calculate the area under this graph. Okay, so this area we have to calculate. What is the area? PQRO, the area of this object. Okay, this particular area we have to calculate, the enclosed area. Okay, the enclosed area is PQRO. If we can calculate this enclosed area, that would give us the distance traveled by the object. So how is that possible? So you see, along the y-axis we have velocity. Okay, we have velocity. So velocity. Along the x-axis we have time. Okay, t. So what is the multiplication of velocity and time? The multiplication of velocity and time is nothing but the distance. Okay, distance is s. Okay. So anyway, this is a very general equation of distance in terms of velocity and time, considering that there is no acceleration. Okay. So anyway, what I mean to say is that this enclosed area would give us the distance covered by the object. Okay. So anyway, this is a very generalized derivation of this distance from velocity and time, because you know velocity has a unit of meter per second and time has got a unit of seconds. So second, if they get cancelled, so m. Okay, so m is the unit of distance. Okay, distance is s in our termination. Okay, so let us calculate the area. Okay, so how we can calculate the area? So I can show this is the first derivation we have done already. So in order to calculate the area, let us draw some parallel line, a line which is parallel to the x-axis. Okay, it is not very parallel. I hope it's not a problem in understanding. Suppose this point, what should be, suppose m. Okay, we draw a line PM parallel to the x-axis. Okay, so now you see it has become very easy for us to calculate the area PQRO. Okay, because PQRO area, if I write here, okay, let me separate the first derivation from the second one. Consider that the figure is same. Okay, the figure is also same. So area of PQRO is equal to the area of this parallelogram PMRO plus area of the triangle, which is PQM. Okay, area PQM. PQM is the triangle and the PMRO is the rectangle here. Okay. So now if we can calculate these two areas, so we can actually calculate the distance traveled by the object at time t. Okay. So let us proceed for that. Let us calculate the area of PMRO. Okay. Area PMRO. Okay. Area of PMRO. Sorry, it should not be here. Okay, area PMRO. Okay. Sorry, this is, excuse me. PMRO. So PMRO, we know a calculation of area of a triangle is very easy. PM multiplied by MR. Okay, PM, what is PM? PM is equal to, PM is equal to T multiplied by T, because over, what is the length of over? Oh, because along the x-axis we have plotted time, okay, and over is the time itself, because T is the time for which the object is moved. So area PMRO would be PM equal to over, okay, both will be equal to T, so we can write it as T. OP, okay, PM multiplied by OP, and again OP is equal to MR, okay, so both are equal to U. Both means PO, MR, okay, PM multiplied by PO, PO is U, PM is equal to T, so UT, okay. So this is how we have calculated the area PMRO. Okay, so now this is one thing, maybe we can time it as equation 1. So what is the area of the triangle PQM? Okay, so triangle area calculation is very easy. Half base multiplied by height. So half multiplied by base. Base is again PM multiplied by height. Height here is MQ. Half multiplied by base multiplied by height. So half, keep it as it is. PM, what is PM again? PM equal to T. Okay, because PM equal to OR and each one is equal to T. So T, T multiplied by, sorry, T multiplied by MQ. MQ is equal to this portion. Okay, this portion is MQ. So what is MQ? RQ is equal to V and MR equal to U. Okay, why MR equal to U? Because PO equal to U. So MQ will be RQ minus RM. Okay, RQ minus RM is equal to V minus RM, which is equal to U. Okay. So let me rewrite. So half T V minus U. Okay. So V minus V minus U. What is V minus U again? V minus U. How we can find it? We can find it from the first equation of motion, acceleration. See, V minus U. So from here, what we can write? V minus U is simply equal to AT. Okay. V minus U equal to AT. Okay, we have already written here V minus U equal to AT. So substitute the value of V minus U here. So it will be half T multiplied by AT. Okay. So it will be half A T square. Okay. So basically we have calculated both areas, area PMRO, this area, and area PQM. PQM, okay. So what is the total area then? Total area is nothing but the distance. So PQ RO is equal to area PMRO. PMRO area is UT. Okay, T multiplied by U is equal to UT plus the area PQM. The area PQM is half AT square. Okay, half AT square. So again, what is area PQRO? Area PQRO. Okay, PQRO. I mean the distance. I mean, the area of this space PQRO gives us the distance that the object has covered at time t. Okay, so S equal to UT plus half AT. Now you check, this is the exact equation that we had to derive. Okay, this is the second equation of motion. Okay, so basically what we can conclude that the second equation of motion can be calculated with the knowledge of the first equation of motion. And the graphical representation is the same, okay? But here, since we have to calculate the distance covered by the object, therefore we have to calculate the area. Okay, the area enclosed by this space PQRO, that would eventually give us the distance covered by the object at time t, and when the object is also moving with an acceleration of a. Okay, so I hope this derivation has been, you have understood this derivation, and this video has been useful to you. So thank you very much.